Leaders, special greetings. I hope and trust that this video finds you well. As you can see that I wasn't planning on doing any content for today. However, actually an inspiration just came at my heart and I just want to teach or share briefly about this. So I'm going to talk about the 4 phases that one needs to go through in order to achieve a level of mastery. Not everyone is per se, but let me just decode it to say that a learner, someone who seeks to grow, who seeks information, needs to go through in order to reach that level of mastery. And I'm just gonna talk about acquiring a skill also when I'm doing this. So it's gonna be about life in general as well as about a skill that in which maybe I'll do an example of. Now you might be in one of these 4 areas, and it's important for you to be able to identify as well as to be able to know how to go about it. Now my approach for this video is that I am intending to cover 2 aspects or pillars of this channel, being the mental in a sense of consciousness as well as behavioral aspects in a sense of competence. So yeah, let's jump straight to it. Now the first phase is that of being unconscious as well as incompetent. Now in life, or let me start with an example. Take for instance, you wanna learn how to ride a bicycle, and it is in this phase that you do not have any clue or idea how to ride a bicycle, in a sense of in a sense of unconsciousness as well as incompetence. Sorry. So you'd find that you do not know how to ride a bike, you do not know what the bike entails, you are not even conscious about the fact that there's a bike. Could be in that case. And then in life in general, this is a phase whereby you just live according to how you feel like living. You know, you live and there are lies that you are taught, lies that you believe. You are part of the crowd, you live to impress people, you just are living, you are alive, but you are basically not living the life in which you are intended to live. This is a phase whereby even success, it's about materialistic things. This is a phase whereby, yeah, in general, it's just you do not know, you are not aware that you are living life like this. So to sum it up, it is a phase that in which you it is a phase that in which you are basically in the passenger seat of your life. You're just allowing life and circumstances to dictate how you live life. That's the first stage. The second phase, it is when you are conscious, however, you are still incompetent. This is when you are aware that, you know what, I need to be in the driving seat of my life. Let's go back to an example of riding a bicycle. This is when now you are aware that in a bicycle there's something called padlocks, that there's the steering gear. This is aware that you need to pedal your bicycle. You don't have that skill. You just aware. And it is in that phase in life whereby you are aware that, you know what, this is who am I. This is what I am meant to do. This is what I am born to do. You are unsettled with where you are. You are in that stage whereby it's like you do not want to impress people anymore because you see that you wasted most of your life trying to please people, trying to live a certain life that will meet worldly standard instead of purpose. And going back, you'd find that it is most people are in phase 1. They just like life to dictate and stuff. So what distinguishes them to phase 1 and phase 2 is just that ability of being conscious of where you are. Now, you might not know how to make certain changes. However, the most important thing about this phase is that awareness. It is through this awareness that one will get to make certain decisions. I, for one, believe that personally, whenever you are ready to receive or seek something, that thing will be made available to you. It's almost as if like God sees. It's almost as if like God knows. You know, when you are like I'm interested in knowing this. All of a sudden, it almost as if like it's from the Alchemist, the book, The Alchemist. The author said it almost as it seems like the universe will conspire to bring each and everything that you are meant or you're born to do. So, to decode it, or in a simple nutshell, it is when you are now ready to grow, now ready to go to unfamiliar territory. And mind you, this is a phase whereby fear will try by all means to stop you. You know, you'll be fearing that you are not incompetent. You'll be fearing that you haven't even rode a bicycle before. You'll be fear in life because you do not know how you are gonna survive. Take for instance, you are in a job that in which it doesn't please you, or you are doing something in which you know it's not for you. So you are conscious, however, you are incompetent, which leads to the third phase. The third phase now is when you are conscious as well as competent. Now, after making that decision, you choose to, you want to pursue this, you want to pursue this skill, you want to pursue this approach in life. This is when now you start to better yourself. This is where you start to invest in yourself. This is where now you can ride the bicycle. This is when now you understand how it goes, how it flows. But the issue with this phase is that you need to always make a daily conscious decision to keep in check of your decisions, number one. Number two, to be aware of certain things that are happening. Now, this is where you have the skill, you can ride the bike, but you still doubt. You're still thinking, if I go to a traffic, what will happen? If I go through an upward slope, do I have the enough stamina to keep on keeping it, or to keep on pushing to the other side of the hill? And this is when now you are tested. It is when now you are intentional. It is when now you are invested in just carving out the life that in which you know it's right for you. You are invested and you're making certain decisions, certain friendships that in which you know they are gonna complement this phase of your life. It is a good one. However, the ultimate level of phase to reaching mastery, it is now when you are unconscious and yet are competent. Now, this is when you can just wake up and ride the bicycle without any fear, without any doubt, without any anxiety, because it has been tied. You have been doing it over and over again, and now it is like in your DNA. It is your second nature now to ride the bike. Going to life, it is your second nature now to live a certain type of life, certain quality of life. It is in your nature now to make certain decisions. They are part of your habit now. You do not have to go through doubting, if are these people part of my life, should they be part of our life. Now you are in a place whereby it's purpose regarding life. You are in a place whereby you are settled, you are content, and you know where you are going. Not only that, it is also engrafted in your subconscious mind. So how you wake up now, as you wake up and making certain decisions or certain moves, as well as behaviors that are in line with what you initially want to achieve. It is when now there's a saying called, in the top it's lonely, because you have reached that pinnacle. You have reached, and mind you, it might be true, it might not be true. In leadership, yes, it might be true, but in life, sometimes it might not be true, because as much as you are on the top, there are certain people in which are there with you. There are certain people who will guide you, so you are not lonely, nor are you alone. So this is that phase in life whereby you reach mastery. This is that phase in life whereby you pursue to do good, whereby you are so doing what you are supposed to do. You are about doing purpose. You are about doing a life that will lead and result to fulfillment. So this is the ultimate level where even waking up in the morning is part of your DNA. Sometimes you do not even set an alarm anymore, because it is part of your subconscious mind, as well as you have the right capacity or competence to execute it. So yeah, let's just go through the 4 phases. The first phase is when you are incompetent as well as unconscious. The second stage is when you are conscious but incompetent, you do not have the skill. The third phase, it is when you are conscious as well as when you are competent. And then the last and the final level of mastery, it is when you are unconscious but yet competent. Last, as I close, these are my final takeouts or something I want to share with you. Number one, your daily decisions determine your destiny. This is one quote that I got from my mentor. You being aware now of the decisions that you make are going to contribute to your destiny or your ultimate life. It helps you to automatically be in stage number two, whereby you are conscious. Sometimes you might not know how to go about it, but the mere fact that you are conscious, that awareness, as I mentioned before, will help you to create and cultivate certain decisions that are gonna help you in life. And then another thing that I just wanted to share to you, of which I hope this was a beneficial, is the power of habits. You know, it's important for us to cultivate certain habits which are in line with what we want to do. It starts with the mind, and then it will automatically flow with as time goes by. People who know me can attest that I'm in a quest of learning Swahili, and my timeline is in a month. And you'd find that it is difficult. However, I'm at the phase whereby I'm conscious about this language, how important it is. I just need to acquire the right competencies for me to be able to know it. But then it's a skill. It requires a habit. It requires discipline. It requires me showing up in my life. So refuse to be in the driving seat or in the passenger seat of your life, and just take the reins, take the control. God helping you be part of your life. Do certain things that you know are gonna be beneficial with your life. Leave the crowd. The crowd won't help you with anything, but instead focus on yourself. Focus on your God-given abilities. Focus on growing and investing in those God-given gifts and abilities. Then you'll become a blessing to the whole nation. Hope this served as a blessing. And yeah, man, leaders, let's continue to grow and be the best versions of ourselves. God bless you.